Hey guys, it's good to see you again. It's been a little bit. I was on a brief hiatus last week, didn't release a video because I was really busy at Ledgestone. It was a ton of fun, a fantastic weekend, but a really bad time to take a hiatus because MVP had one of their biggest releases of the season this past week. And we're going to be talking about one of those discs today. If you read the title, you already know what it is. I'm pumped for it. It is the Fission Dimension, the Wynn Dragon. If you don't already know, the Dimension is a really beefy boy. This guy clocks in with numbers 14.5, 14 and a half. Look at this rim. I mean, that is a wide frickin' rim. 5 glide, 0 turn, 3 fade. Typically, this is the type of disc I have no business throwing and wouldn't even review because I'm just not the type of guy who throws these massively wide rimmed discs, but this guy is in the Fission plastic, clocking in at 165 grams. So much like the Time Lapse, I'm hoping the Wynn Dragon is a lot more throwable for average Joe like myself. I throw like 380 to 400 feet on a nice little rip, so I'm hoping I get some use out of the Wynn Dragon. We're actually going to be testing it out against the Time Lapse. Of course, the Fission Time Lapse, which came out maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, kind of mirrors the Wynn Dragon in a lot of ways, where those original Neutron time lapses so overstable. But these Fission ones turned out to be pretty understable. This guy's 162 grams, so there's a lot of similarities between these two discs. We're going to throw them all over the course today at Albert Oakland Park, see the ins and outs of the Wynn Dragon. Let's go do it. All right, guys, hole 1 here, 280-foot par 3, slightly uphill. Tee pad off to the left here. We're gonna have to throw out and around these trees, crash back into the left. We're gonna start with the Wynn Dragon. Oh, that's got glide to it. There we go. Don't hit that tree. Made it around the tree. Nice. All right. Time lapse time. Oh, you can see the understability. At least I hope you can see it on the camera there. That time lapse flipped up way more than the Wynn Dragon. We had the Wynn Dragon end up about 50 feet long, whereas the time lapse was a bit long, but way to the right because of that understability. Let's putt out at the Wynn Dragon here. Oh! And one thing we got to talk about here with the Wynn Dragon is that art and that foil. I mean, they did a fantastic job, and the foil is like extremely shiny. I will say, I believe it's based on the Never Ending Story. Like, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be, I think his name is Falkor, Never Ending Story, which, I don't know about you guys, but as a small child, Falkor used to scare the absolute bejesus out of me. Like, in hindsight, not very scary. As a 6-year-old boy, that thing tore through my nightmares. But this is a really nice rendition of Falkor. All right, hole 3 here. This is just the grip it and rip it hole. 492 feet, wide open field. Basket's like in the tree line out there. We're gonna start with the Falkor. Not the Falkor. Not the Falkor, the Wynn Dragon. I'm gonna try not to slip, but the ground is very wet today. It is 6 a.m. That morning dew does not help me out on the course. Oh, shoot. I turned that guy way over. You guys won't even be able to see that because it's blocked by this tree, but that guy turned a ton. That is kind of shocking. Holy cow. All right, I ran and grabbed the Wynn Dragon. We're gonna throw that one more time because that flight was not what I expected. This time I'll try to get it so you guys can actually see the flight. There we go. Look at that understability. That thing bombs. That is a really nice flight. I am all about that. All right, time lapse. Oh yeah, super flippy. She gone. Yeah, that is extremely understable from the time lapse. Wynn Dragon got down here. Like, again, very surprised by that flight. It's definitely understable, but not nearly as understable as that time lapse is. Definitely still fights back at the end, but I'm pretty happy with this placement. All right, hole 4, par 4, 518 feet. First shot is kind of just like a hyzer around the baseball field here. We're going just Wynn Dragon from here on out. We know what we're getting with a time lapse, super understable. Now we're just gonna be testing the Fission Dimension. Yeah, the glide on this guy, I am just really liking the Wynn Dragon way more than I thought I would. All right, might try to do a little forehand approach with the Wynn Dragon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go, baby. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've never actually thrown a neutron or proton dimension before, so if you guys have, let me know down in the comments just how overstable those premium plastic traditional runs are, because I'd really like to know, relative to the understability of the Wynn Dragon, if those normal runs are as overstable as I assume they would be. Hole 5, par 4, 530 feet. Got to make it through this first gap. Let's do it. Oh yeah, that's a beauty. That is a beauty. All right, basket in the tree line there. We're gonna try the forehand again. This one, a little bit more distance appropriate. There we go, cut through. Yeah, oh, we are parked. That was nice. Before we finish up here, if you have not liked and subscribed, please do. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We are knocking on the doorstep. That's gonna be awesome when it happens, so please help me get there. I'd really appreciate it. And those guys who have been commenting, liking, subscribing, week in, week out, thank you guys. I love you guys, you know that? And here we go, hole 6, long par 4, 585 feet. You gotta get left, then you gotta get into a tunnel, cross a creek, basket, it's way down there. This is a toughie, tough one to birdie at least. Par's not too bad, but this hole's never seen the Wynn Dragon. So let's go get that birdie. I'm gonna throw this on some hyzer because I really value getting left on this hole. Really helps the upshot. Oh, it's a beaut. Get left. Oh yeah, missed the tree, got left. So we have to make it through this tunnel straight ahead. The problem here is that we kind of have to backhand it because the basket's on the left side through the tunnel. So might get a little squirrely. Let's see how it goes. Hold. Oh, that's coming out too much. No, that's gonna be a toughie. Well guys, we didn't get the birdie there, but I really enjoyed my time with the Wynn Dragon today. That is a really cool disc. Is it a disc that I would recommend that you get? I'd say it depends. I wouldn't really recommend anyone go out and get a 14.5 speed driver. It's just kind of a weird situation where as you get into those really high speed driver categories, you're having to balance consistency and control on one side with marginal distance gains. Like, I'm not really throwing a 14 speed that much further than a 12 speed. Like, maximum I'm throwing one 20 feet longer than the other. Now, if you're throwing at a much higher speed in the same way that the professionals do, then you might benefit more from those wider rim drivers. But for me, I feel like I'm sacrificing just a certain amount of control and consistency when I'm moving from even an 11 or 12 speed to a 14 speed. With that said, if you're going to choose a 14.5 speed driver to get, this is what I highly recommend, because this is one that I really think that just average regular disc golf throwers can really get some mileage out of, because it has a surprising amount of turn. Like, I think the numbers, I would put somewhere like 14.5, 5 glide, -2 turn, and then probably 2 or 3 fade. Like, it'll give you really easy S-curve shots because it has a lot of turn and a lot of fade, which can be kind of hard to find in a disc. So even though I wouldn't recommend everyone go out and buy a Wynn Dragon, if you're looking for a really high speed driver, you just want to go out and have some fun with it, this is a fantastic choice. Go out and get one. And you can find all sorts of MVP goodies at this video's sponsor, Grow and Throw. Grow and Throw is a retailer here in Columbia, Missouri. You can also find them online at growandthrow.shop. MVP, Axiom, Streamline, a bunch of other brands, all available at Grow and Throw. They are an awesome place to go shop at, so go check them out. And like I said earlier, I really appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. That means a lot to me. And as always, see you guys next time.